welcome to another set of video notes. Today we've moved on to 2.8. We're going to look at how to graph linear inequalities in two variables. Now, you might have remembered when we did it in one variable, how we'd use the number line, we had an open dot and a closed dot, we shaded to the left or to the right, whichever. Okay, well, today we're going to step up and use two variables, x and y, and that might make you remember, oh yeah, we're probably going to be graphing some lines. However, before we even get to that, one objective I have for you is I want you to be able to check and see if an ordered pair is a solution. The easiest way is to plug it in and see if it makes a true statement. So we have two examples here. Here's the inequality I'm using, 3x plus 4y is greater than 8. And I want to see if this point will work. Is it a solution? So the 6 is going to take the place of the x. The negative 3 takes the place of the y. We get 3 times 6 plus 4 times negative 3. Well, let's see. That's 18, and this is negative 12. Is that greater than 8? Well, 18 minus 12 is 6. 6 is not greater than 8. This is not true, so we say no solution, or it's not a solution. Okay, let's try this one. We've got the x is negative 3. The y is 5, so we're going to plug those in. X times negative 3, once again we go back up here, plus 4 times 5, is that greater than 8? Well, let's see, this is negative 9, this is 20. Is negative 9 plus 20 greater than 8? Yes, because 11 is greater than 8, so we say it's a solution. Okay, you'll have a couple of those that you'll want to do for exercises, and that's just kind of the beginning part. Hopefully not too difficult. Plug it in, see if it's true. If it is, it's a solution. If the statement is false, it's not a solution. Okay, the next part we need to look at is how do you actually graph the inequality. Now these might be some good steps to go on your study card. The first thing you'll have to do is graph the boundary line, or actually graph what's there. There is a little trick to this. If it's solid, do you remember doing a one variable? If it was greater than or equal to, what did we do with the dot? We colored it in. Okay, so now we draw it as a solid line. If it's just less than or greater than, no or equal to, instead of doing the open circle that we used to do, we're going to do a dotted line. Now, because you once get that, you will need to do some shading, but instead of going to the left or to the right, we're going to have to pick a test point. So you'll pick a test point, you'll see if it makes the statement true. If it makes it true, you get to shade or color over that point. If it makes it false, you're going to shade on the other side. Now, this might not be real clear, so that's why we need to do some examples. So what we're going to do for our examples today is we're going to come over and use the PowerPoint that comes with the book and everything, and we're going to go through this. So you'll notice we turned off the lights so you can see it. I'm not sure how clear it was for the 2.7 notes. So here we go. We're going to first graph two different lines. We're going to graph y is less than or equal to negative 3, and later on we're going to do x is less than 2. Now, the first thing we have to do is just graph the line y equals negative 3, or think about that. Do you remember if it's a y equals a number, what kind of line is it? Oh, you all remembered? Oh, you're so smart. It's horizontal. So we're going to graph y equals negative 3, and we want solid because it's or equal to. So let's look at the graph. We know it's down here. Okay, just like that, nice solid line going through at y equals negative 3. They picked the test point 0, 0. That's not a bad one. Now here's the question. Is 0 less than or equal to negative 3? That's not true. So we don't want to shade over there. We shade on the other side. Okay? If we had picked a test point down here, say 0, negative 5. Is negative 5 less than negative 3? Oh, it is. Okay, cover up that point. See how we did that? Not real awful. Let's go to the next one. If we've got x is less than 2. Now let me ask you what direction, or what is going to be the look of the line, x equals 2. Hopefully you're all going like this because it's a vertical. And I'd like to know, will we do a solid line or a dotted line? What do you think? You think dotted? I hope so, because that's right. We're also going to check 0, 0. So here we are at 2. We made our nice dotted line. We're going to check the point 0, 0. So if I put 0 in, is 0 less than 2? It is, so we cover up that line. Okay, see how we're doing this? Now, let's go on. We've got kind of more tricky ones here. Now, you know y is greater than negative 2x. So the first thing you have to do is graph the line y equals negative 2x. Let me ask you, is that going to be a solid line or dotted? Good. I hope you all just said dotted. And let's see, where's it going to cross the y-axis at? What's its y-intercept? What's its b? 0. So it goes to the origin, down 2 and over 1. Okay? So goes to the origin, down 2 over 1. Now we've got this dividing line. We don't know whether we're going to shade over here or over here. Any idea why we didn't use 0, 0 this time? Right, because it's right on the line. So let's pick an easy point. How about 1, 1? If we put 1 in, is 1 greater than negative 2 times 1? Yeah, 1 is greater, so we get to shade over it. Okay? Now, I think, as much as I was teasing you that we'd be in the dark the rest of the time, we're going to go ahead and flip on the lights so that we can do some of the work for this next one. Because this next problem has a lot going on. We've got 5x minus 2y less than or equal to negative 4. So, my camera's going to turn in a second. So we've got 5x minus 2y less than or equal to negative 4. Well, usually when we graph lines, we've got to get y by itself. So let's subtract our 5x. Okay, now we're left with negative 2y, negative 5x minus 4. Haven't done anything to flip this. Ooh, what's with the y? A negative 2. Ooh, and do you remember that rule about what to do if you divide by a negative? Yeah, you got to switch this. So negative divided by a negative, well that's just a positive 5/2 x. Negative 4 divided by negative 2 is plus 2. Now let's just kind of graph this real quick. You go up to 2, because that's your y-intercept. What does your slope say? Up 5 and over 2. Is this going to be solid or dotted? Solid. Now, I think we'll use 0, 0 for our test point. So, what is 5/2 times 0? Oh, it's just 0. What is 0 plus 2? 2. Is 0 greater than 2? No. So we need to shade above. Okay? Let's compare that with how the book did it. So we're going to go back to this and look at the next one. And we'll go ahead and turn off the lights. They tell us that it's going to graph that line. And use a solid line, which is what we said. Okay? And they said use 0, 0, which we did. And let's see, yep, it went through 2. Instead of thinking about going way up, if you look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and to the left, yes. Okay? And they tried 0, 0, and it didn't work, so they shaded above it. Okay? We're going to do just a couple more practices. We've got y is greater than negative 1. Right now I want you to hold your arm the direction the y line goes. Does it go this way or this way? I hope you all look like you're doing this, because then you match me. Is it going to be solid or dotted? Hope you know dotted. And we're going to try a test point. Let's try 0, 0. Is it greater? Oh yeah, so it's going to be above. Good job. Okay, let's go to the next one. We've got x greater than or equal to negative 4. So which way does an x line go? Hope you're all doing this. Is it dotted or solid? It should be solid. Now you know you're going to be over here at negative 4. Let's try that 0. Is 0 greater than negative 4? Yeah, so it should be to the right. Let's see if we got it. Yep. Solid and all to the right. Good job. Y is greater than or equal to negative 3x. So the first thing you have to do is graph your line. So you say y equals negative 3x. Where is that going to cross the y-axis, or what's its y-intercept? 0. And then you're going to go down 3 and over 1. Great. So it crosses at 0, go down 3 and over 1. Do you like how they made that solid? Of course you do, because it's or equal to. This time we're going to do a point like 1, 1. So is 1 greater than or equal to negative 3 times 1? Yeah, because this is negative 3 and 1 is greater, so we shade over the point 1, 1. Right? Y is less than 2x plus 3. Oh, isn't this nice? They got it all in y-intercept for you. So go to 3, up 2 and over 1. And solid or dotted? Dotted. And we're going to try the point 0, 0. So is 0 less than 3? It is. So dotted here at 3, up 2 and over 1, and shade. Okay? I think you've got the idea. Let's look through this. I think this might be the last one that we look at. You will need to get this rewritten. So what you'd have is, all kinds of fun. You have a y-intercept of 3, and your slope is going to be 1/3, so down 1 and over 3, because you'd have to get that over there. You can do your test point 0, and it works, and you have a dotted line. Okay? So, we're not going to do any more examples. I hope that's helpful. We'll do lots of work on this in class, and I'll see you later. Bye.